Hey everyone, Amar here. In this video, I'm going to show you the only spiritual book that you need to read. I've read quite a few spiritual books at this point. I do read quite a lot. And there's one book in particular which has helped me the most. I read it first in, I think, 2019. At this point, I've read it maybe 5 times, I think. And every time I read it, I have a breakthrough, right? And since I've read a few books, and obviously there's a lot of good books out there, but I feel like this book is a book that can take you the whole way, or at least very far. It's suitable for the beginner, whether you're healing, whether you've been on the path for a short while, or whether you've been on this path for a very long time, you're an advanced seeker. I feel like this book can take you almost the whole way, right? And I feel like that's all you need. So if you were to only read one book, this book I'm going to share with you would be it. So, a drum roll please. The book that I recommend is the only book you need to read is, of course, Letting Go by David Hawkins, MD, PhD, The Pathway of Surrender. Obviously, this is a popular book. If you watch my videos, I've got quite a few videos on letting go. You've probably read the book, right? It's nothing new. It's probably not something that you've never heard about before, but it is a book that's given me so many breakthroughs. And that is the reason I wanted to make this video, because if you haven't read this book, what are you doing? Like, read it as soon as you possibly can. If you've already read it, I would suggest rereading it. Every time I reread this book, I have breakthroughs, right? I reread it just recently, a few months ago, and I had breakthrough. Before that, I probably hadn't read it for about a year. It's one of them books that I probably read once a year. But every time it comes round and I reread it again, I have breakthroughs. Like I said, it can take you from the beginner level, healing, all the way to the higher levels. And you'll learn about that in this book, how there's different levels of consciousness. When you're healing, you're stuck on these lower levels. All these negative emotions like fear, anger, depression, desire, all of these lower levels are where the ego really resides on, right? So this book will show you a technique of how to start to really heal your ego or release your ego, right, from these lower emotional levels. Really, the book is teaching you emotional mastery. I've said in my videos countless number of times that emotional mastery is life mastery. When you begin to clear up them negative emotions, it's literally going to align you with your true self. That's what's going to happen. And this book is perfect for doing that. It's a simple technique. It's something I've talked about a lot. It simply means surrendering to whatever you're feeling. This is especially powerful when you're feeling something negative. Let me give you a quick example. Just yesterday, I had an argument with my neighbor and I was feeling angry, right? I was feeling kind of some aggression. And so I used that opportunity to let it go, to just sit with it, right? We all have these strong feelings from time to time, but we don't always use these emotions as an opportunity to grow. So when you're feeling something strongly, this book will teach you how to release it and stop resisting it. When you release it and stop resisting it, you let it go. You surrender to it, right? And you just keep doing this with different emotions over and over again, and eventually you just start moving on to higher levels, right? All that old stuff that's pent up in you, it's like emotional pressure. It never gets released because we keep resisting it. That's what you understand in the book, is that you need to let the pressure go. It's like all negative emotions, especially like built up pressure in your system, in your nervous system. Unless you practice releasing that, it just keeps building up, and it comes out through negative emotions, right? Negative thoughts, negative behavior. And this is it. This is the truth. Also, something I've also realized is that this book will actually shift your identity, because there'll probably be certain patterns, certain emotions that you struggle to let go of. What you'll come to the realization of is some stuff can't be released until you actually change your identity. This is something that I've had to do. I've had to literally shift my identity because my old identity was keeping me attached to certain emotions, you see. So when you shift your identity, you release certain things. So it's like the negative emotion, the release of them will just guide you all the way back to your true self, right? If you have the intuition and the insight to follow it. And this is what I'm seeing more and more, is like, I have to shift my identity to let something go. Then I have to shift it again to let something else go. And I'm changing, and I'm also releasing. I'm becoming more me. And that's obviously the point. That's the point of the channel. That's the point of life, as far as I'm concerned. So this is a book you need to be reading. Like I said, if you've never read it before, what are you doing? Grab a copy. If you've already read it, reread it. Practice the technique. Practice the technique all the time. Like all the time, all day long, right? You want to make it a habit. Because the technique gets more effective the more that you do it, like most things, right? Don't just practice it for a couple of weeks or a month and then say it's not working for me. No, you need to do it long term, right? And then you just start to find more and more stuff. You'll have so much stuff that you need to work through and release, right? We all do. But the point is, this book will show you how to do that. It'll take you from beginner to intermediate to hopefully advanced, till you really understand the truth of who you are. And that's what you're looking for. Trust me. You might not know that's what you're looking for, but that is what you are looking for. When you find it, you'll realize what I'm talking about. Okay, so that is everything I have to talk about. Like I said, I do read a lot of books. I might make more videos about kind of book reviews like this one, but I just wanted to share this one because it's helped me so much, and I really believe it can help you as well. However, if you have any book recommendations that you think are the number one book that everybody should read, especially in this genre, this niche, let me know, because maybe it's something that I haven't read. Like I said, there's so many great books out there, and I'm not discrediting any other book. Just in my opinion, this book has helped me the most, right? So let me know what books have helped you the most. But for now, that is everything I have to talk about. If you did enjoy the video, if you could please go ahead, give a like, share, subscribe. Really helps me out. Check out my book. I'll put a link down below. But until next time, remember to keep living free and being free. Peace.